Hey guys, welcome to this new channel. You may wonder why I'm starting another channel. I just want to tell you a little bit about my health journey. I do believe that this information could help a lot of people, and so that's why I want to share it. I didn't want to put this out on our regular channel just because it's a completely different audience, probably. So I want to start this video by kind of telling you a little bit about my history. I don't want to go too far in depth because I don't want to bore you before you've gotten to know me. So if you do have any questions that you would like further detail on, please do post those in the comments. I am more than happy to answer any questions that you have. So first, let me tell you that in 2009, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and I went through a debilitating 6 to 12 months as my doctors worked to try to figure out medication to manage the pain and to get me back on track and living my life. Well, anyway, I won't go into all of those details. There's a whole huge long story that I could share with you from 2009 to 2019, but let me just skip ahead and tell you that in 2019, after many years of trying to reduce the toxins in my body and reduce the toxins in my environment, and ultimately constantly failing to get the weight off. Okay, let me back up. So after my fibromyalgia diagnosis, I gained 60 pounds, I think, just because of all the medications that they were changing medications on me every month. And my body went through a horrible time of trying to adjust through all of that. I used to be a hardcore gym rat and a major health nut, and it was ultimately shin splints that caused my fibromyalgia to begin with. So if you want more information about that, let me know and I'll explain that in a different video. Back to 2019, I discovered Optavia for the first time, and I can share that story with you too another time. My experience with Optavia, I was so excited about this because I knew from all of the research that I had done for the past decade, I knew, looking at the science of Optavia, I knew it was going to work. Finally, something was going to work. I just knew it. I started that program and it was amazing. I'm going to share a screenshot right here just so you can see my weight loss graph from 2019. You'll notice on the first page, it starts with September 9th of 2019. I think it goes down to October 28th of 2019 or something. I've blacked out the weights because I'm not comfortable sharing that. I did in that first, I think it was a 25-pound weight loss in that first 6 weeks or whatever it was there. But anyway, ultimately, I did lose 40 pounds in 10 weeks on the program. I was at, I want to say it was 68 pounds lost by March. Now, I started this in September of 2019, okay? March of 2020, I was at 68 pounds lost, which was just like 8 pounds away from my goal weight. And that's when the pandemic happened. I was one of those early people that got COVID in March of that year. And then we transitioned to working from home, and then we cut our hours at the place where I did work previously. So anyway, big long story that I'll share in detail at another time. But ultimately, the weight started creeping back up, and I will show you another screenshot of that so that you can see how it started creeping back up. And then it just, ever since then, it's kind of done this for me over the years. Well, fast forward to 2021, and I met the love of my life. And in 2022, he did propose. And in 2024, we plan to get married. So now that we're ending 2023, I'm starting to realize that I have gotten so overwhelmed with all of the different things that we're trying to do. We're trying to create new businesses, and I just changed jobs again, and it's just, everything's been overwhelming. I finally have some stability where things aren't quite as hectic anymore. So I'm going to jump back on the Optavia wagon, and I'll explain all of that later. But I just want to bring someone along with me because I need the accountability. I know that I do. And I want to share the journey because maybe it will help someone else. Maybe it will inspire someone else. Even if you don't want to do the Optavia route, maybe as I share my daily experiences, maybe it will help someone else learn what they can do to take charge of their own health and to manage their own weight. Because I do believe that it's possible to do this without necessarily using Optavia. However, the great thing about Optavia is that you don't have to think about all of the meals that you're trying to plan. You only have to worry about planning one meal a day, and the other 5 fuelings are already pre-planned. They are already perfectly proportioned with protein and fat and vitamins and minerals. Now, I did do coaching back in 2020 until the pandemic hit, and then it just became too hard. But I am not coaching right now, so I'm not trying to sell the program to anybody. I do believe in the program. I know it works. I have no doubts about that. And I kept telling myself that if I was going to get the weight back off, because it has started to creep back up a little bit, not all the way, but it's creeping back up, and I don't like that. And I would like to look my best for my wedding dress next year. So anyway, that is why I am starting back on here, and I'm just wanting to bring along as many people as I can so that I can help encourage you. You can hold me accountable. I can hold you accountable. And I know that for the decade that I spent trying to find a way to manage my fibromyalgia, there were some times where I felt so desperate and so alone because the pain was so unbearable. And I was a single mom, and I only had my one income, and just the overwhelm of trying to raise 4 boys all on my own and struggling with this constant pain, and then the debt that I was incurring because of my extremely high medical expenses. I do have to go monthly to the doctor for pain management, and it's not a fun journey. It hasn't been pleasant. I thank God for him and his consistency. There were times that Jesus was my only friend, I felt like, just because I was holding a lot in and didn't really want to burden anybody else with what I was dealing with. So there were some very lonely times that I just carried that burden all on my own so that I wasn't putting anyone else out. And I just smiled through the pain and tried not to let anybody know what was really going on inside. So anyway, that is why I'm sharing this journey, because I'm ready to get my health back. I can feel, as I've put weight back on, I can feel the pain coming back on harder and stronger than it was once I lost the weight a while back. I was feeling so much better pain-wise, and I know that was a huge contributor. And so I am strongly encouraging you that if you are struggling with fibromyalgia pain or any other autoimmune disorder, if you've got some excess weight that you need to get off, I strongly encourage you to just follow my journey at least. Even if you don't do anything about it, I have so much information that I've learned over the years that I plan to share with you. And it's just education. That's all. I just want you to be educated and informed so that as you are trying to manage your own health, you kind of know what I've learned along the way. Now, with that said, I do need to say that I obviously am not a medical doctor. This is not medical advice. This is just my personal opinion, what I have discovered in my research, and I am not recommending that anybody out there do anything that they haven't talked to their doctor about. So please, please, please always talk to your doctor first before you do anything that I ever mention in any of my videos. But I do want to share what has worked for me, because it's made such a huge difference in my life. I will be sharing some of the different meals that I'm making over the next few weeks, and I'm going to be sharing as I lose the weight. Today is my day 3 back on program. Day 4 is when you enter fat burn. So that's coming tomorrow, thank goodness, because I have the detox headache today. That usually happens on day 2. And I wasn't feeling that yesterday. So I was telling Art yesterday that I got lucky and didn't have the detox headache. And I was thinking today was going to be great. And then I woke up with that detox headache. So I didn't get past it, but that's okay. Tomorrow's going to be better. My energy is going to soar tomorrow like it always does on day 4. And I'm already feeling great. I can already see a difference in my fingers, and I can feel a difference in my thighs and my waist. I can tell that the water weight is starting to dissipate at least. So that is making me feel so much better. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody and encourages you. And if you have any questions about anything that I say, please do comment. And I've got a lot of different videos that I will be sharing within the next week or so, because I want to get this information out there for you. So thank you for watching, and I hope this has helped you in some way.